I declare this FAPworthy.
It begins with one. One frog who refuses to bend the knee, who dares to say, no kings, no crowns, not here, not ever. Because when the powerful forget the people, someone must remember what's right. And when one frog stands, others rise to join them. They come from the ponds and the alleyways, from the rivers and the rooftops, from the quiet corners where hope still breathes. One by one, they step forward. Each frog, a voice. Each voice, a promise. No kings, no rulers, no tyrants, just frogs. Awake, unafraid, and united. One frog can make a ripple, but together we can make waves. Frogs, together, strong.
The Labubu experience, this way for the Labubu experience, yes! Who wants to see make a custom Labubu, yes? Yeah. Yes, come, please, come. Filter in this way, turn, yes. Hi, greetings, welcome. I am from Pop Mart, the company behind Labubus. But first, we must cheers with our brand new exclusive Pop Mart boba beverage. Please take a sample, enjoy your boba beverage. I'll drink it with you. I promise it's nothing disgusting. All right, 2 Labubus. Please drink up. Wonderful. Now, you've probably heard people accuse Labubus of manufacturing a scarcity mindset or a gambling habit in children. But the truth is, Labubus are not manufactured at all. This is Frida.
Labubu.
Look, this is Frida. Frida is very happy here.
No. Don't worry. Frida is very happy here.
Yes, she says her own name, Frida. Frida.
Dumb with an M on the end.
Hey, Frida. She says her own name, like a Pokemon. You see, we recreated her natural habitat. Okay, in the wild, Frida would make a nest with greens and shrubbery, but we didn't have that, so we gave her this stuff.
Cardboard shark.
All right, how can the baby be so small and cute when Frida is so large and repulsive? The truth is that the boxes are her eggs, but they're not fertilized, so the Labubus are just calcified fetuses. Nothing to feel bad about. She doesn't even recognize her own eggs.
Bring babies.
She's just hungry. That's a noise she makes when she's hungry. One time we gave her a French fry, and she went fucking crazy.
I mean, she's hungry. And the milk is very sweet and tasty, and it's the meat. She's arriving. Oh, yes, she's arriving.
Fresh. Very tasty. Oh, no, it's okay. You all enjoyed the milk, yes? Now, you can all see that it's not a marketing ploy that has caused these mystery boxes. We genuinely do not know what's going to pop out of this little Labussy.
Now, who's ready to win a customized Labubu? Do we have any? Yes, right here. What's your name? Margot. Now, Margot, you can stay right there. We don't want to get you too close to Frida in case she has an outburst. Now, what color would you like your Labubu? Blue, green, or pink? Pink. And what would you like your Labubu to be doing? Smiling, laughing, or sleeping? Pink and sleeping. And what accessory do you want your Labubu to have? Do you want it to have a snowboard, an umbrella, or a drinking problem? A drinking problem. So that's pink, sleeping, and drinking problem. Well, it looks like Frida's ready to make.
We go about our day
Forced adversity.
Dane is muted. Bob is here.
That's pretty special. Learning where the Labubas come from, right? That's a pretty special moment.
That special is a word for it.
You know how I am. If I find something horrifically hilarious, I have to share it. With you.
Dane, maybe we have to have an office meeting about content warnings.
Oh, what was?
It's on the whiteboard. Dane, it is on the whiteboard.
I don't understand what. I'm just trying to understand what was so bad about that. Was it the? Because I didn't even get to the part yet where she opens the box.
Nope. I don't even want to know.
I barely know what Labubu is, and now I don't want to know.
Yeah, let me look. For context, what they actually are, the reason this is so fucking hilarious, other than just like the absurd grossness of the whole thing, but like, it is the most cynical, fucking worthless piece of shit, like content. I mean, like our product that there is, and you literally pay like $80 for a little tiny box, and you don't even know which one you're gonna get, and and they're worth different amounts. So it's like essentially teaching kids to gamble, kind of.
Yeah, it's gambling on cheap stuffed animals.
Yeah, and it's garbage. So like, yeah, just there's some kind of commentary on capitalism there, man. Just I don't know, enjoy that part of it, I guess.
I experienced it, enjoying it. Maybe not.
Yeah, well, I will try harder.
They're like Beanie Babies, in card packs, but
yes,
not as cute as Beanie Babies.
It is kind of like that. And I guess card packs were kind of a bit like were they kind of like gambling too when we would chase down cards back in the day?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. Like Pokemon cards and baseball cards, it's all fucking gambling. I'm sorry. And I like trading card games, but they're fucking gambling.
I'm having my mind blown right now. I've never put it in that context before. It's crazy. Anyway, yep, thanks. Blow my mind. Well, you got me pay me back instantly. How's everybody doing? It's Sunday. We fapping. We're gonna fat. Well, look, okay. I think I figured out a pretty good way to frame this whole thing because we don't need to just be like, let's talk about Nick Fuentes, because that's the problem. Really, like that's kind of part of the problem is that more people are talking about Nick Fuentes. Everybody, if you know who Nick Fuentes is, then what else is to be said? He's a huge piece of shit. If you don't already fucking know that, then I don't know. Let us know. I guess we can do a quick recap of the guy. I got a couple of clips.
Here's the recap. He's a neo-Nazi twink. Moving on.
Yep, he praises Hitler. Literally, he thinks women need to be beaten and all this. He's crazy shit. He's a crazy little fucking piece of shit who has made a lot of money, I guess, by just saying the most. He's basically like if like 4chan posting came to life. You know what I mean? Like where he's
yeah, especially because he's also a Nazi fur too. So he's a furry,
right?
But not the cool furries, like the Nazi ones.
No, he's yeah. So anyway, he's also maybe gay. I don't know. Like he's talked about how like women are actually gay to have a girlfriend and stuff is pretty queer to him. So the dude is just kind of nonsensical, and I think that's part of it. That's part of it. If he is
gay, that's the most normal thing about him.
But what I started thinking about was like all the things we do need to discuss, which is the MAGA Civil War, which he's at the center of. Yeah. He's essentially the reason for the split. And look, more power to all of them. Let them fight. I love it.
Let them fight.
I want to see it happen. And then, but then also, we probably talk about Mom Donnie some more and what's going on with that.
Let's talk about Mom Donnie.
What else can be gleaned from that whole situation? And then it all started. Then I was like, wait, we also need to talk about how JD Vance seems to have some kind of odd relationship with Erica Kirk. And it all hit me suddenly. I'm like, oh my God, we're living in Charlie Kirk's worst nightmare right now.
It's everything the worst timeline for Charlie Kirk.
I mean, like, thank God he's not here to see this anymore. You know what I mean? Like he was spared this. You got a socialist Muslim mayor of New York. You've got Nick Fuentes is now super pop. He's getting mainstreamed, and he hated that. There was text that came out a while back that showed that he was
Yeah,
like,
they did. I mean, they have a feud going on years and years and years and years and years.
And you know, it seemed like Charlie was smart enough to recognize that the thing he shouldn't do is give air to oxygen to Nick Fuentes, because that's exactly what he wants. And he, you know, for the longest time managed to pull that off, or not pull that off rather. And then now
you don't got to give it to Charlie Kirk, but maybe this time you got to give it to Charlie Kirk.
I was gonna say the hero was holding back the Nick Fuentes line. He failed and faltered. Now we're all fucked. No, they're all pieces of shit. The only difference between Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes is that Charlie Kirk had tact to a degree, if you want to say that's what that was. But like,
Charlie Kirk has known the love of a woman.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what that cat girl identifies as, the cat boy or whatever. You know.
Oh, that's true. Wait, I thought he was the cat boy.
No, it was years ago. There was when I first got into like watching Vosh and found out who Nick Fuentes was. He had a cat boy visitor that was like from out of state, I think, and it just like wearing cat ears and like, you know, super gay, and they just run around town doing stuff, like playing arcades and shit. It was really cute. And it just never was explained that I'm aware of, other than just, oh, so he's just into cat boys. But anyway.
Well, the explanation I've heard is that groypers are the most extreme groypers hate women so much that they force themselves to date like femboys and trans women whom they consider to be men, because they don't, because they hate women so much. And I learned that when Charlie Kirk's alleged killer was revealed to possibly be a groyper. And I thought, man, imagine the cognitive dissonance you must be experiencing.
It's not even uncommon, apparently, for groypers to just be into trans chicks, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
a lot of groypers are chasers.
Yeah.
Right. But
they're
I'm wondering
in the wrong ways, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. I was wondering, like, how many of them are, for lack of a better word, naturally heterosexual, but they're forcing themselves to not touch, quote, a real woman.
It is. I don't want to even like speculate on what the twisted knots of fucking crazy shit going on in these kids' heads that leads them down that. But
so,
like, I mean, essentially, is the ultimate one of the extreme ends of the result of a system that has failed everybody. With a system that took care of people and actually provided resources and didn't fucking gouge us for educations and every single thing that we have to live by and whatnot. We didn't have to scrape by all the time. If there was some kind of hope in the future, then we wouldn't have groypers. That's just the way it is. But so it's the system's fault. But I do want to say that the other thing, you guys have seen this JD Vance and Erica Kirk shit, right? Like,
oh yeah, it was everywhere.
I mean, it kind of veers into like gossipy kind of shit that I don't want to do.
A little gossip column-y, but they're on stage doing this.
Yeah, it's the vice president of the United States doing this publicly. So
like, and at that same night, I think was whenever he fucking shaded his wife for not being Christian publicly, like on stage. That's so fucking crazy. Like, I wish this bitch would fucking be into Jesus, but she's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what are you doing? And then you think about the fact that he is the most manufactured man there is. You know what I mean? Like, he's just completely manufactured to be in this position of power that he's at and higher. I'm sure his operator would prefer. And then you look at her; she's clearly, kind of a opportunist herself. She's fundraising on her. Her husband's corpse wasn't fucking cold yet. She was asking for money. And then I saw him up there, kind of talking, and it's like, I'm like, wait a second, this is kind of crazy, paranoid, speculation thing, but is it really crazy when in context of what things going on? Is he gonna just like actually kind of take over Turning Point USA, considering they were good friends, or at least be really heavily involved in it, and he's going to have his own little Hitler Youth? You know what I mean? Like,
I think he might try, but that's what part of what the Civil War is about, is who is going to claim Charlie Kirk's throne. Nick
part of
Fuentes
it, yeah.
wants it. JD Vance might want it. Jack Posobiec, Kirk's frequent co-host, might want it.
That is
So
very true. There's so many people that are desperate grifters. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I also think that there is I think when it comes to a lot of these people, particularly JD Vance and Fuentes, they are not independent agents. Like when we talk about how Fuentes is being mainstream, for instance, Tucker Carlson didn't just approach him out of the blue to be on his show, right? Carlson has producers and people funding his operation now that he's independent from Fox. Like that is not a decision that happened out of nowhere, especially with the follow-up from the Heritage Foundation that happened almost immediately after Fuentes was on with Carlson, right?
Yeah. Well, we should probably explain it a little bit more clearly for folks that aren't.
Sure.
Yeah,
give the timeline then.
Trying to see which one should I go to here. So yeah, Trump's MAGA coalition fractures over far right interview. Nope, not doing the Financial Times. Sorry. I had like 5 different sources, and a couple of them I'd already read my free articles for the month or whatever the hell. So what do I got here? Sorry, do you guys happen to know one that's not isn't going to cost me money?
I don't have a source handy. No.
No, I don't either.
We could watch a video, but I figured we'll just kind of.
We were having enough issues with that. We probably should avoid it.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
Here we go. Yep.
All right.
So Nick Fuentes is a white nationalist. He is him and it seems like this is the way these things are done on the right in a lot of cases, where the provocateur of whichever one, because him and Tucker Carlson are both fucking provocateurs. But Nick Fuentes took the initiative to start trolling, I believe, and then Tucker Carlson said that Fuentes was like you know what? That's not even a good timeline. It's so much. There's so much crap. It definitely begins with Charlie Kirk's death, essentially, because then you had Candace Owens started spinning out into anti-Semitism, conspiracy theories that Israel had
even
him
more than usual for her.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty bad. And then of course that got Ben Shapiro's hackles on high alert.
Yep, because she used to work for Daily Wire, and she was removed because of her anti-Semitism.
Was that why she?
Yeah, that's part of it. Also, her beef with Steven Crowder played into that somewhat.
Okay.
Because these people all hate each other. All of them. They all hate each other.
They're all just fucking straight up cynical grifters. The fact that okay, so like Megyn Kelly seems to be a pretty big casualty so far. I don't know if you saw that, where and it's weird. It's bizarre the things that will trigger their audiences to finally turn on somebody. To me, like the thing that got them to kind of hiss at her was she said I'm not the nanny of the internet. Whenever Ben Shapiro was asking her about well, you had Tucker Carlson on, he's having guys these kind of Nazis hanging out with them and normalizing them, and what's up with that? And she's like, I'm not the nanny of the internet. And apparently that was the thing that set everyone at her, and now she's nobody's favorite. But was she ever anybody's?
She was always sort of a moderate as far as that. She's as moderate as a far right Republican gets these days.
So there's that. It's just so many angles, and honestly, it just goes to prove further that these people don't know how to exist with a win. They, at the same time that Chuck Schumer is snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, so are they in different contexts. But I don't know. I don't know where to look for a good timeline that's not paid.
Sure.
So
we
can just assume that our viewers are smart and have been following the news like we are, and just talk about it.
Is that what we did?
So the TLDR is Charlie Kirk died.
What? Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Spoiler alert. There has been.
We must honor him.
We must honor him.
We must honor him. And Nick Fuentes is not. And so there has been a sort of scramble to see who will take up that slice of the right And amongst the people involved is Nick Fuentes, who is a longtime rival of Kirk's, who they sort of fought each other over young Republicans. And when I mean young Republicans, it's important to note that is Republicans from the age of 18 to 40.
The kind of youngsters that those texts came out from not long ago, and based on those texts, I would put good money on the fact that every single one of them is a groiper.
Sure.
And I've been reading stuff that like apparently people in Washington say that essentially, if you're under a certain age and you work in Washington, you're like working for one of these politicians, you're a groiper.
Yeah.
And that's fucking kind of concerning.
Even if you don't identify as a groiper, right? Even if you're one of those right wingers in one of those jobs, odds are that is the culture you grew up in online. And so even if you aren't like in whatever, the Nick Fuentes group chat is, you're still a member of that ideology. It's sort of a stochastic terrorism thing where like Nick Fuentes isn't necessarily the leader of a organized movement, but his ideology is influential.
Sure. Well, I mean, and what ideology is it really? It's kind of like an anti-ideology almost. I mean, like, yes, he praises Hitler and stuff like that, but I honestly don't even know if he actually believes that shit. Like, because he's said some pretty contradictory stuff. I'm not sitting here trying to say anything. You should trust anything he says. I'm saying you should not.
I would say trust nothing he says.
Yeah, I was going to say, first rule of fascists is that they lie.
Yep.
Right.
So we should not pay attention to what they say.
The lack of consistency is a feature and a virtue, not a bug.
Right. So we can infer their beliefs from their behavior, not from their words. And based on that, we can say that Nick Fuentes absolutely believes in white supremacy.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yes. Okay. So one thing I wanted to point out, and this is kind of just one of the framings that I thought about with talking about this when it was more Fuentes centric of a conversation. He is what he's the Faustian bargain. This is the bargain is getting its debt collected now that they made, right? Like they appealed to bigotry to such a degree for so long that now this is the result that they have to reckon with the GOP.
So I have a theory on this, and that sort of spins off of this nicely. So I'm going to take the lead for a moment.
Go ahead.
So the MAGA movement is founded on a principle, and that is Barack Obama bad.
Yeah.
Straight up, right? That's the origins of the movement, right? That's how Trump got on the national stage politically, was being racist at Barack Obama, right? Mm-hmm. And the MAGA movement has evolved over the last decade to just add bigotries to it, promising that if we do this bigotry too, it will make your lives better.
Yep.
And Nick Fuentes has always been, no, we do all of the bigotry. Let's do it all. Let's just set bigotry to 11. That's what we should do. But now we're at the point where the right-wing bigotry machine has not delivered and has done the opposite of not deliver, where things are worse and worse and worse under the GOP, as we're seeing right now. And you're not going to... Backtracking is hard, right? Realizing you've made a mistake and that no, bigotry was not going to solve all your problems is hard for people to do when they're this far in, right? Gambler's fallacy. Yeah, sunk cost fallacy. This leaves two groups left that have not been okay for mainstream Republicans to target for their bigotry, and that is Jewish people and other Republicans. And Nick Fuentes loves both of those things. And so that is why you have a segment of the right that is platforming him now, because he's the guy who's been pushing that the longest, and you need a new Charlie Kirk or Richard Spencer to be the face of that sort of push the right further right.
So I guess you lost me a bit when you said that Nick Fuentes loves Jewish people.
He loves bigotry against them.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, he loves being a bigot against Jewish people, and he loves calling for bad things to happen to other people on the right. Like, he punches right. which is why you get a lot of tankies who share his shit, and it's just like, no,
Yeah.
stop, please. You should know better than this, but they're tankies. So
I mean, they're. I did not really believe horseshoe theory was a thing for a long time, and then I started seeing stuff like that. Apparently, you can go so hard, so fast on that you just flip around the other side. But that's only if you don't have a foundation of like actual axiomatic values. But anyway, here's a clip of him from pretty recently, talking about, I guess, people's response to him.
Call me a Nazi, you better be careful. Because if I'm a Nazi, then there's millions of young people that are following a fucking Nazi. So you better be.
What an odious little piece of shit, man. Like, just he is a Nazi. Like, and it's weird that he would be like, wow, how dare you call me a Nazi, when like I could also just bring up the video of him saying Hitler was cool, man. Hitler's cool.
Well, this is the fascist thing of the contradiction and the inconsistency, right? Is that he is like, how dare you call me a Nazi after I talk about how much of a Nazi I am?
Yep. And it's like
Also,
the part of the technique, the part of the tactic is literally to confound people and to like not so that they're
the
not sure
absurdity.
what to think or how to respond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that's really tough talk coming from the follower of an ideology that always loses to the left
Always loses,
in the end.
And
And-
that
and
was whenever
also-
they actually had like, then the original Nazis, they actually had some like big built, kind of dudes that had been in wars and stuff. And I don't think
Yeah, it was
he's
a lot
that.
of traumatized World War I veterans.
And they were also all on meth too.
A lot of meth, yeah. Lot of fucking meth.
Yep.
Yeah, like this is an ideology whose ass we have already kicked once, and we will kick their ass again.
Well, I mean, to be clear, he's threatening Republicans. He's telling Republicans, don't call me a Nazi.
Not just
I
Republicans.
have a
though.
million Nazis who will do something about that if you call me a Nazi.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a glorious and it's just also it's a bit like The Dark Knight and Joker, a bit like that,
Except
where
they're both the Joker.
well, it's what I mean is that he's not cool at all. He's not cool like the Joker was in that movie.
No,
What it is that they've appealed to bigotry so much, and they've got this rogue agent that has now made inroads with their their network, with their people, and he's getting things his ideology, I guess, smoothed over by fucking people like Tucker Carlson, who doesn't really believe in anything, I don't think.
Tucker Carlson, I mean, doesn't believe in anything except for the fact that, like, two things I've noticed about Tucker Carlson since being fired, right, is that he knows his money is in being a right-wing influencer, and he would love to get a dig at the right-wing establishment because Fox News threw him under the bus as part of their settlement with Dominion voting systems, and then kept on doing it anyways. So, like, he lost his job, and then they didn't actually, like, there was no other cost. Like, it was just him.
Well, I think the reason that he got fired specifically is because of when I'm surprised that anybody even, of course, they don't have any values or believe in anything either.
None
but like
whatsoever.
the fact that he was every night basically just glazing Trump on his show prime time, and then in his text you see that he actually fucking hates Trump. He doesn't fucking like Trump at all. He wants Trump to go away basically, and he just that kind of that two-faced nature as someone who's presenting themselves as a journalist or a newsman. I don't know. I feel like that should have done him in. Nobody should trust him anymore. But yeah, I guess.
I think that goes to the lack of right-wing reporting, right? Is the no one at Fox News or Newsmax or whatever was going to cover that trial, because Fox settled, right? Like, it had to admit wrongdoing as part of their settlement, and they can't cover that without going, yeah, Fox News admitted that they lied about Dominion voting systems. So no one on the right knows about those texts. They're in an information void.
Yeah. And also, I want to push back again on the idea that these people don't believe in anything. They absolutely do. They believe in white power.
Right.
And they will, every time they change position on something, it's to maintain proximity to power.
Push back against that, because I just don't think that that's even really a firm thing. That's what they appeal to. That's the thing that they've they even convinced themselves that they believe that. But when it comes down to it, they'll befriend whoever, you know what I mean? Like Nick Fuentes is like a quarter Mexican. You know what I mean? Like his name is Fuentes. the fact that anybody, there was, the white nationalists of old, they would never have followed a guy like that. No, but yeah, to me, it just shows that, like, yes, I get what you're saying. You're not wrong. They do as much as they can believe in something with all of their, being. They believe in that. But really, when it comes down to it, the thing that they believe in is not feeling small inside, not feeling like anybody is better than them, and because they're all insecure and they're all fucking got tiny dick energy, they feel like everybody is like that. So they glom together, they become fascist groups, and that makes them feel strong and powerful. And it's just like a big coat. So that's what I think they fundamentally believe in, is like making themselves feel better.
Sure, but I think that's part of to bring them together. I think that is part of white nationalist ideology, is trying to make yourself feel better. And it offers a simple solution to that, but it never solves anything, so it just makes you worse.
Yeah. Yes, that is what his lineage is there.
Yeah, I think Tucker Carlson is planning to run for president.
I think so.
Oh no, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, our least favorite TYT person, Anna Kasparian, I saw a short by her where she went on a show, and she was afterwards talking about it, saying that she said that she thinks he's going to run for president because, and then it showed a clip of her talking to him, and basically she said, do you ever think about running for president? And he goes, oh no. He's like, and she's like, why not? And he's like, well, I just, I would need it to be like God would have to call me to do that. And she was like,
there it is. Yep.
She's leaving the door open right there. So
yeah,
she's gonna be his fucking campaign manager.
Oh God. Yep. Hey, you know what's cool though? Mom Donnie. It's pretty cool.
Mom Donnie's real cool. He's
kind of
cool
obsessing. Check this out.
Dark as this time is, as challenging as this moment can be, anything is still possible in America. I think that people across this country are really hungry for public servants that are going to put them first, for public servants that answer to them above special interests, and who are laser focused on making life affordable for everyone. I think it speaks to how far everyday people have been pushed in this economy and in this environment. We have record high levels of young people that are unemployed, of people who are unemployed who are being paid.
You know who wasn't there that night that should have been there? And I think this is AOC set out. Jeffries, Booker.
Schumer.
Yeah.
Is this the clip? Is this the clip where she goes on to say that, without naming names, she basically tells them they need to step up or get out of the way because they're going to be left behind? Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, I didn't realize it was as long as it is. So I was trying to get to that, but
very low wages and can't afford life, and so I think people are receptive to a new path and a new story. And I think Zohran Mamdani really spoke to that and organized for it. What we're seeing in tonight's results, and in many of the communities that turned out for Zohran Mamdani tonight, were many of the same communities that Donald Trump won against Democrats in November. And so this shows that there is more than one path to win and persuade independents and Trump voters. And it's not just by running in a more conservative fashion, but it can also be through a different and new message. We are laser focused on the working class. We don't take voters for granted. We don't take Latinos. We don't take young people. We don't take many of the communities that are historically taken for granted in our political system. We know that President Trump operates through threats. He operates through criminality. He has been convicted on 34 different criminal counts of felony. The Supreme Court has essentially authorized through their rulings his ability to commit crimes in office. And so we know that he will step outside the bounds of what is acceptable to society. But I think that our choice is, are we going to respond with fear, or are we going to respond with unity and courage? Let's just say that New York City is not a place that gets pushed around, and that we have our own cards up our sleeve as well.
Okay, so I thought that was supposed to be that, but it apparently wasn't.
One interesting.
No, she uses, in the clip I saw, she uses the phrase "get out of the way" or "be left behind."
I'm pretty sure that video said it. That was that video. Anyway,
I thought it's that interview for sure.
Yeah.
C'est la vie. Now I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
All good. So one thing that's interesting is with Cuomo after this blaming Sliwa.
Yeah.
And not only
the math doesn't work there, man. It just doesn't work.
One, yeah, if you got all of the Sliwa voters, you still would have lost.
Yep.
1, 2. In exit polling, Sliwa voters said that more than half of Sliwa voters would have voted for Mondani over Cuomo.
Yeah.
That's what Sliwa himself said at the debate.
That's what's in the debate. He said I would vote for, if I had to vote for one of my opponents, I would have voted for, Mondani. And that's
Mondani said the same thing. He would rank him himself first and Sliwa second. And then he said he would not rank Cuomo, which is fucking just oh man, the haterade the appropriate haterade that Zoran has for Cuomo is pretty great. But
yes. The dear Democratic Party. Hi, bring it in. I'm Morgan. You don't know me. Stop nominating. Stop putting forward. Stop platforming sex pests.
Yeah. Did you guys see that video from Channel 5 about the Cool Girls for Capitalism event? That was some of the most insane shit. Like, I kind of want us to watch it because it is.
I have not. I have heard about it, but I work for a living, so I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's also extremely enlightening to realize how much some people are just
cooked.
Yeah, I mean, like and it's just based on bigotry and stuff like that, but also just like capitalism brain for some reason, because I guess for people that still kind of working for, they're desperate to act like it's still a good thing or whatever. Somebody was talking about, I saw something about how capitalism, when it first kind of came out, was the cool new punk rock thing to do, because it was like, fuck this feudalism shit, you know what I mean? But like, as with anything, eventually the what was once punk rock gets old and becomes, like, what's the name, Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols or whatever his name is.
Yeah, capitalism was better than mercantilism, which was better than feudalism. Yeah. Not really, but kinda.
Yeah, and nobody. I mean, whoever said that was being a little bit ahistorical, because nobody knew capitalism was happening. Right. Just like it's a historical process. People didn't invent capitalism and everyone adopted it as the cool new thing. It came into being slowly. Right. And so living through the transition recognized what was happening.
Right.
And it's only in looking back that they see the change. Just like future generations will look back on our time and realize, oh, this was the transition out of capitalism or something. We're not going to know it when it happens.
We're not going to know. Yeah, we're not going to.
So here's what we're going to do.
Like,
because I'm just moving on from that topic because I want to get to this video.
Okay.
The issue that you guys know exists about the echoing. I'm going to take ownership of that on my end so that y'all don't have to, mute yourselves or whatever. I'll just have to deal with it over on my end because that'll be easier than having to do it the other way.
Okay.
So you guys be able to talk. If you start talking, I'll mute myself or whatever, my end of the thing. Let me know if I'm fucking it up and you guys are hearing an echo. I don't want that. It's pretty annoying.
I think we should share with the audience the technical issue. Someone might have a fix that we don't know about. Maybe.
Sure.
Well, the fix was my awesome girlfriend Jennifer found the fix for the echo cancellation, or for the echo problem that we were having, where sharing the screen and audio with that screen causes an echo among the guests. Like I wouldn't even hear it. You know what I mean? Like Bob would be like, I'm echoing. People in the chat are like, oh, Bob's echoing. And then I hear it whenever I go back and edit a clip or whatever from the stream. But like on my in the moment, I don't hear shit.
Yeah.
So then I couldn't figure out what it was. And then Jennifer said, well, basically try this echo cancellation thing. And I was like, it can't be echo cancellation. That's something we need so that it doesn't echo, and that's literally what we're not trying to do. Right? Why would we want to not cancel echo? But apparently that's exactly what it seemed to be, because it worked. And then whenever I got on stream, or got on before stream today, I was not very audible. Like I was only barely perceptible to Bob, but not Morgan. And once I deselected that or selected that thing again, boom, I'm back. I don't know what the fuck. I think I just want to say fuck StreamYard. So you guys might see us kind of doing a pivot for too long. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah. What's also a response to? So I think it's a response to Zoran had a Hot Girls for Zoran, which is way cooler.
It is way cooler.
Much cooler. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and deselect this thing now and see. Maybe I don't sound not audible. All right.
I live in hope.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Barely. We barely hear you.
All right. Well, at least it won't.
I don't hear you at all.
So if anyone in chat or anyone watching this in the future,
Now it's an echo.
It's echoing?
yeah,
And
it's
you're quiet.
Okay, so apparently that's not the fix, and it doesn't work like that. It's fucking A.
yeah.
All right, so
So
folks, we're going to
anyone
be switching
in
to a
chat-
different streaming platform sooner than later.
Right. If anyone in chat or watching this in the future knows back end shit about StreamYard, help us out here.
I might I'll try and contact them and like get on a phone call with these motherfuckers or something because I've googled the shit out of every, and yeah. Anyway, you know what? These people don't want to hear problems. They want to hear us comment on content.
They want to hear us fap.
Here we go.
Shout out to Canva. It says cool girls for capitalism. I didn't love him when he was governor. I think that he's not handled a lot of things well.
You would move out if Zoran won?
Probably I move out. I'm thinking to go to LA. Maybe it's,
Okay.
I don't know, it's better over there.
I wanted to stand up, especially as a woman. I think that there is this like crazy perception that somehow socialism is better for women.
Socialism is not how we move this country forward. I've traditionally supported more conservative policies, but in this specific election, I find it kind of America versus anti-American.
Now, do I think that voting for a candidate who has sexual harassment claims against him is a good thing? Absolutely not. But unfortunately, this is the voting dilemma we all face with every single election.
Okay, so that right there is a lot to take in when you think about what she's there. She's there, one of the people that organized this event for Cuomo because she's against Mamdani. And yet she's like, no, it's not ideal voting for, somebody that's got 13 sexual assault accusations.
13. I want you to think, you in your life, listener, you in your life, if you knew a person who had 13 sexual harassment claims against them, would you want to vote for them?
Morgan, if you got to be a mature person and understand that these things were litigated and therefore they don't matter, right? That was his answer to that. So
no, that's
okay.
no, I'm fine, thank you. Not that
wonder...
every politician has to be morally pure.
No,
but like you have to do better than one of the several hundred priests taken down for SA this year. Like that's the bar you have to clear. It's not a high bar. Most people don't have one sexual assault allegation against them, much less a dozen plus.
I mean, every once in a while you might have a kind of a rare example of like your what's his name his name's slipping my mind. He was on SNL, but he was a senator, Al Franken, where he did a cringe. He did it presumably for he thought it was going to be a comedic moment, and he made a stupid fucking choice that was even though he didn't actually touch anybody, it was still a violation of somebody. And but he expressed that he understood that, and he learned and grew and stuff like that. I'd love to see him back in office, but nonetheless.
How much has America changed? Where Al Franken had to step down in shame, and now the president of the United States is a rapist. As far as
who endorsed another rapist. Sexual assault. I don't know the details of his accusation, so I don't know if it's rape exactly. I don't know, but I don't care actually. He's a big fucking piece of shit, Cuomo, and yeah. What are you gonna say, Bob?
Well, Al Franken didn't have to step down. He
No, he
chose to
didn't.
step down
He chose to.
because he has
Yeah.
principles and integrity,
Yep.
Right.
and put the good of the party and the country ahead of himself.
If only the
I think
party
he,
had the morals he did.
I think he miscalculated there, but
Yeah. I
that
mean,
is
it was
what
also
is.
it was miscalculated, but at the same time, it was just before it started becoming overly apparent that things were different now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it
And
was
you
like
know
kind
who
of
drove a lot of the rhetoric and outrage against him was Kirsten Gillibrand, who replaced him in that seat.
Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof energy. All right. So yeah, this guy right here, he is from a not to spoil it, but he's from a climate action kind of disruptor group that's kind of cool. The more time goes on, the more I respect those kinds of groups, honestly.
Yeah.
I used to be like, oh, that's kind of annoying or whatever, but like now I'm like, no, that's fucking rad.
That it's annoying is the point.
Yes. And then yeah, he's here doing this, but like the derangement, and I hate to use that word because Trump people have used it, the way they've used it, but like there really is some Zoran derangement happening, and it seems to be just motivated primarily by Islamophobia and Islamophobia.
Yeah, it's also not specific. There is that Zoran derangement is a thing, but behind it, the soil from which it sprang is socialism derangement syndrome.
Yes,
because no policy he proposed is socialism, not a single one of them.
No,
and they think this is just like the meme. Socialism is when the government does stuff, but these people actually think that's what socialism is instead of recognizing that as a joke.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. I saw somebody say, well, "Oh, how are they supposed to? We're going to trust the government to run a grocery store." It's like, sure, we trust them to run schools and libraries and all kinds of shit. Why the fuck not?
And they run grocery stores on every military base in the country just fine. So yes.
Yep. All right. Back to this. We won't watch all of it or anything, but there's definitely some funny highlights that are worth looking at.
Sure.
Speaking engagement here tonight, I also want to say that all of these sex allegations, they are true.
I don't know, he's like not in support.
This is my event. This is my event.
He's going to be bad news for New York, a disgraced former governor whose decisions led to the excess deaths of thousands of elderly people.
I'm a valid Cuomo supporter.
Okay.
I think that there are not enough sexual predators in this country who are running for office.
What's going on here?
I don't know. You tell me. Why you have pizza and you don't offer me none?
Do you want a piece of pizza?
No, I don't want it.
All right.
I don't know what the fuck is on it. Is Cuomo coming out? Sexual predators. Is Cuomo coming out?
New York City. You ask anybody who lives here, I'll tell you it's the greatest city in the universe. You ask Andrew Callahan, he's gonna roll his eyes. Because a lot of people don't know this, but Andrew is low-key a New York hater. But right now, there is a major election happening in New York City that is gaining national attention. We're talking democratic socialism versus neoliberalism. We're talking capitalism versus capitalism with a couple extra steps. As Channel 5's resident New York employee, I thought it important to give you guys a sense of what's going on here in the city.
If you missed our previous election coverage, which came out yesterday, Saddam just attended a Zoran Mamdani rally in Queens and spoke to people both for and against the socialist candidate.
What are your thoughts on Mamdani?
Who's that?
Zoran.
Zoran Mamdani?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Mayoral candidate.
Oh, he's
New
running
York.
for mayor?
Yeah.
What's he about?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know either. Hell yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
So yesterday we interviewed a lot of people, but we did not find many who are willing to, with their chest, say, I'm voting for Andrew Cuomo.
Cuomo or Mamdani?
Cuomo.
Cuomo? Why is that?
Not gonna answer.
I can think of at least, let's say, 13 reasons why people might not want to full-throatedly endorse him.
And now to those new sexual harassment allegations against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo.
But now today, we have a real opportunity because we are in Tribeca, New York, and just about a block over that way is a Young Professionals for Andrew Cuomo fundraising event and meet and greet. I got the tie on, so we're definitely young. Some might call us professional. We're gonna see if anyone is willing to tell us why they like Andrew Cuomo for mayor of New York City.
Are you feeling like a cool girl for capitalism?
A lot of people here have not quite figured out, what do we advocate for? What do we stand for?
That's a problem, lady.
That's a problem. And this is a problem that the Democrats have In general.
I just hope they don't know why. They're not wondering why they lost. I just hope that at least that they're not like, we can't understand why we lost.
I have bad news for you, Dane. Really bad news for you. They don't know why they lost.
Like here we are on the night of the election. We have to figure out what we're for. You know, we just got to figure that. It's like about time we advocate for something.
For things.
Just Zoran.
They're not wrong. They just, you know,
they're just late.
Zoran showed them what they should be for if they want to win.
It's true.
And they won't do it.
Like if I find the phrase cringe, but Zoran's success shows that, like, yeah, you can run on socialism or barbarism and win on socialism. And it's not even that socialist. It's just kind of a social democrat stuff.
As time goes on, it does seem like that's the roads that we get narrowed down to.
What about the roads?
Yeah, on a long enough timeline, it's going to be the two eventual paths will be like, well, we do this and we take care of each other and we take care of our communities and be social creatures, or we go down this other one and we be antisocial, violent, fucking, terrible creatures.
Right. We can hit each other with bricks or not.
Yep.
We could use those bricks to make roads. Just don't tell.
What about the roads?
Eric July.
Power of the motherfucking roads,
really is. That's why he's libertarian. He hates roads.
It's true.
He'll never visit Rhode Island. It's all roads.
He hated the Wizard of Oz.
It's true. Yeah.
It is very telling, though, that the Democrats, and I assume all of these people identify as Democrats, asked themselves after Trump won, how do we win back young men? And then Zoran won among young men by an overwhelming number,
leaps and bounds
in the mayoral election, and he did it by doing the opposite of what the consultant class have been telling the Democrats they need to be doing.
Right.
And they're not going to learn the lesson. They're going to think he had a flashy social media campaign. He was really good on TikTok.
Yes.
He's
Those
young
two
and
things
handsome.
help as well. Yeah. All right. Young people, good for elections. Yep. Correct.
Yeah.
Well, what about all the scared Jewish people in New York, Bob?
That voted for him overwhelmingly. Fuck yeah.
Message from Orthodox Jewish rabbis in New York on the recent attacks against mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani. With sadness, we have witnessed recent harassment and vilification directed against candidate for New York City Mayor, Mr. Zoran Mamdani, accusing him of anti-Semitism for his stance in opposition to the oppression of the Palestinian people. These attacks, unfortunately, are not the first of their kind. In recent years, we have seen politicians, both in the United States and in Europe, who have taken a courageous moral stance being viciously attacked in this manner. This is an evil tactic used to silence anyone who dares to stand up for justice and peace.
Damn.
Especially now, after 2 years of genocide in Gaza, as the people of Gaza just endured a brutal genocide and unimaginable destruction of homes and infrastructure.
Yeah, so there's more to it, but you get the point. That's their group of Orthodox Jews, straight up Mamdani's based. Israel sucks, doing a genocide. Get with it.
Did anyone here? Did either of you see the clip of the ADL guy Jonathan Greenblatt on Morning Joe?
Yes,
getting roasted by them. Not. And there's a point in that where
what a piece
he's
of
trying.
shit.
Yeah, he's trying to like slide the subtext that Zoran is anti-Semitic into the conversation, and one of the other hosts, I forget which one, points out that Zoran has gone to like religious services at a bunch of synagogues in New York and attended a lot of holiday stuff. And Jonathan Greenblatt goes, Yeah, but those were anti-Zionist synagogues.
I mean, you say he was trying to slide some subtext in. He literally announced the Mamdani tracker monitor or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
For now, like, because he says that anybody that has experiences any kind of anti-Semitism in New York, let them know, and they're going to keep track of it now, starting now.
I would like to let people know this is the guy at the head of the organization who has repeatedly defended all of Elon Musk's anti-Semitism, amongst other right-wing individuals who have engaged in genuine anti-Semitism, not just like Israel kind of sucks as a country and does bad things as a country, as a secular state. Yeah.
Yeah, it's shameful. The ADL used to be a reliable. The ADL used to be a reliable source, not a perfect source, not flawless, but a reliable source on anti-Semitism in America. Now they're being headed by a guy who won't even recognize a Nazi salute as a Nazi salute.
Yeah.
Elon Musk does it, but says that people who criticize Israel's policies are anti-Semites. He has no moral authority.
I said this in, I think, privately, and maybe we haven't talked about it publicly, but like, do you remember when Morgan, whenever October 7th happened, and it was like, at least I was very, very nervous about saying what I wanted to say, because like, I was very new to me to talk about Israel in a critical way, because as like I knew what my morals are telling me to say, but it's like, but I know a lot of people are gonna say I'm fucking anti-Semite or something, and then but I finally just like, you know what, no, because they're not. The state is not the people. And then, but since then, that's become pretty commonly held view, and that's fucking awesome. Not saying I did that or anything, but like everybody kind of recognized the need to just go to distinguish these two things, because it doesn't make any sense to,
well, it's one of those things like, who do you trust, the ADL or your lying eyes? It's just like, well, at some point we all see what's happening, and it's like, if there was clips of, Hamas fighters shooting back in the streets as like a fig leaf, you would have had more plausible deniability, but there's nothing, right? The IDF has nothing to show for this war they've been fighting.
I mean, I have no doubt that the Hamas has done atrocious shit in the past,
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I mean, they did that attack, right? They did the October 7th attack.
Yeah.
Hamas
this is a situation where I want both of them to lose.
Yes.
But I want the IDF to lose first. And losing in this context is just stop murdering children.
Yeah.
Just fucking stop it.
What I think, here's my proposal. The cabinet of Benjamin Netanyahu and himself and the leaders of Hamas should do a pay-per-view wherein they bite each other's dicks off.
We talked about this before. It's the issue of white nationalist Christians in the U.S. They believe that Israel being Israel is part of the end time prophecies that will end up with them in heaven. So
yeah, we should go into that a little bit. Yeah, so we say that the right is divided over Israel. It is not over Jewish people. It is over Israel. They're all anti-Semitic. Both sides of this schism are virulently anti-Semitic. The difference is one sect of them are just Nazis. The other sect are fascists and Christian nationalists who believe that the state of Israel is necessary to corral Jews into one place to start a holy war so that Jesus can come back. That's the TLDR version. But neither of these groups are not anti-Semitic. They're all anti-Semites.
Like in a way, like the not openly anti-Semitic ones that are like, oh, we love Israel. It's kind of like it's just evil, and with like an extra twist on it because of how cynical
there's a level of extra insidiousness to it.
Yeah. So this touches on an important distinction I think we should all talk about, which is how can you tell the difference between an anti-Semitic criticism of Israel and a non-anti-Semitic criticism of Israel. And the difference is this. A non-anti-Semitic criticism of Israel would hold the United States primarily responsible for what's going on there, because Israel is an arm of U.S. foreign policy.
Yep, we've
an anti-Semitic
day one.
An anti-Semitic criticism of Israel says that the Jews are pulling the strings in American politics through all of their secretive funding and banking and all of that.
Yes, that is absolutely right. It can be tricky to spot that, but like, yeah, really the question what you look for is how is someone explaining how they see the power dynamic there.
Yes.
I think even just the if the focus is on what the government of Israel is doing or the IDF is doing versus what the people of Israel or Jewish people are doing is another pretty clear tell that
well, I have bad news, Morgan.
Or saying
polling data shows that a majority of the Israeli population supports what's going on in Gaza.
No. Well, yeah, it's
they have been
how
radicalized.
about this? Netanyahu is an absolutely vile, evil, atrocious human being.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jewish people as a people are not that. But
the evil nature of what Israel is doing has nothing to do with the fact that they're Jews. Nothing at all.
Exactly.
It would be the same. It would be the same if they were Muslim or atheist or Christian or Sikh. It's the fact that they're carrying out a genocide in order to grab land that doesn't legally belong to them is what makes it evil.
Have y'all seen the clips of Zoran talking about arresting Netanyahu if he fucking could? Like he's just straight up like it's kind of badass. Like I hate to fucking cheer for somebody being like, I'm gonna arrest this guy, but he's like, no, there's literally international courts have issued warrants for this guy. I would arrest him.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin too. And it's just like, God damn, he's got big balls. I love it. Check this out though. This guy has some ideas for what to do about Israel. Oh, not that.
Not her.
Get rid of the entire state of Israel and get back to the peace that existed in Palestine before Zionism came in. So there was a time when Jews, Christians, and Muslims lived in Palestine.
Absolutely.
And so that's the solution. So the only obstacle to peace is the state of Israel. So hopefully we can remove this obstacle, and we can live peacefully together again.
So there's Nico. Everybody is aware who that is. Apparently, he's a pretty well-known guy.
He's a dork on the internet.
Yeah,
he says awful things.
He did do some pretty normalizing shit for Trump during the campaign, but nonetheless, here he is, just like listening to this another based ass Orthodox Jew, just straight up spitting fucking fire. You know?
Yeah. Does he say anything in response?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched this yet. Let's see.
All right.
Absolutely. But what about, do you disagree with the Zionist Jews when it comes to the Talmud and when it comes to the Moshiach, the Mashiach?
Okay, there is a lot of misconceptions about the Talmud and about the Mashiach.
But if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Sneeko actually is maybe Muslim. Is that right?
Interesting.
The question he just asked was about the Messiah. The Mashiach or the Mashiach is the Messiah. So he might be referring to Jesus.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so he did apparently convert to Islam. Yeah, I thought I remembered that. All right.
And what we believe in Mashiach. The real belief of Mashiach is that this is God's undertaking and without any human intervention. So as humans, we do not intervene in anything.
I love that sign. This guy, he's just like, hey, here's some facts.
That's right.
Of this process of the coming of the Mashiach. So the Zionists disbelieve in the whole process of Mashiach, and they decided that they have to create a state for the Jews, which is totally forbidden for Jews.
Absolutely. So you just, when do you think it's going to happen? When is the...
We don't have any clue about when it's going to happen. Like it says that in the end of times, God will bring it about. So there's nothing humans can do or know even when it's going to happen.
So the main difference is the Zionist Jews, they're trying to get him to arrive now.
Not really.
They're trying to interfere.
They're not going to wait anymore, and they don't believe in waiting for him. It's they decided it's not something they're going to wait for or believe that he's going to come.
And what about the Talmud? There's a lot of misrepresentation about that.
Yeah, that's a whole discussion. There's a lot of things to say about the Talmud, but one thing I want to make clear about the Talmud, it's not literally what you see in the Talmud, that this is the end understanding what it says. There's a lot of interpretations of the Talmud. So we don't take our commandments straight from the Talmud.
You take it from the Torah.
Man, I'm not going to get into... Never mind. I just wish never mind. I'm not gonna get
All right,
into
let's
it.
move on. Keep going.
Yep. All right.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it on that one. Yeah. The main thing that I wanted to get to with the Cool Girls for Capitalism shit is just like how pathetic it is that they're like, they don't realize how pathetic they are, and yet they kind of do. It seems like, you know what I mean?
We need, like, how are you putting together a big production like this? You have signs made, but you don't know what you stand for.
Oh, this is the part that is fucking hilarious. Let me get to this. We'll get through that, and then we'll probably be done. But
that recently came out that showed Zohran Mamdani, Bernie Sanders, and AOC as among the most popular politicians in New York City. I'm sure there are more people who wanted to boo like the person.
Please boo. Please boo.
Please boo. More people boo, please. Like, they can't even be motivated to fucking boo the stuff. You know, it's like, and also, yeah, of course. Of course, these are the most popular fucking, I'm sure they're the most popular ones in the country as far as, aren't, I don't know.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And that's because of why? Because they're actually trying to meet the moment of what's going on with people in their lives. And that's, oh my God, crazy. Zohran spoke to that in his I guess acceptance victory speech, where he talked about, that for so many people, for like a couple of generations of people, they understand politics as just like abstractions.
Mm-hmm.
Like you vote for, if you're going to vote for something, nothing really affects you. There's a what did he say? That was a great quote that I wanted to remember. Politics isn't something that is done to us; it's something that we do.
Yep.
And I hope that people start thinking about things that way. I hope that,
to speak people who are like, I know I've seen a lot of things, especially with AOC, where like, I think she's not as radical as she once was. I don't think that's entirely true. I think she is one representative in a party that is broadly against her, in the minority party in Congress, right? She can only do so much in her position. And there would be plenty of Republicans who would love to put a motion to censure her forward before the House if she said anything remotely controversial.
But I mean, the fact is, she's constantly saying base shit. Like every opportunity she gets, she's either making a video on her own accord, she's on some news program, she's on, she's doing something, and she's speaking to whatever is going on. Especially since the Trump 2.0, she's definitely been popping on that. And and not her and their Bernie's was it oligarch thing they did where they went around talking to people, which was pretty successful apparently. And yeah. I mean, she's doing everything she possibly can. She's got a larger platform than someone of her, her office should have, honestly. And that's
right.
Because,
yeah, she's the most well-known person in the House of Representatives, and she's not a party leader. She's not the Speaker of the House. She's just a rank and file member.
She's one of the biggest fundraisers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is part of the reason that she's allowed to get away with what little she's allowed to get away with, is that she has a huge base of small dollar donation fundraising behind her that they all fear. But another reason she's super popular is something that a lot of people forget about the difference between a senator and a representative. And that is the representative, who only serves 2 years, is supposed to be your community's direct contact with the national government. It's called constituent work. Like when they're not in Congress,
literally the representative. They are the representative of your representative democracy.
Right. When they're not in Congress, what they should be doing in theory is staying in their own community and talking to the people, their actual constituents, and doing work for them, like helping them get access to social services and food banks and stuff like that. And AOC does all of that when most Congress people don't do that.
Nope.
So she's known in her community as someone that will help you, who has access to the halls of power and will help you with your problem if she can.
because like and it's even you'd be surprised at things they can do as far as like if you have trouble with like a social security issue, if you've got someone in your family who's on disability or is past the age of retirement and getting social security or Medicaid or what have you, Medicare, calling your representative's office is a great way to get resources that you would not otherwise have access to if your representative doesn't suck dick.
Yeah. And this is something that she does really well.
Yeah.
And Kat Abugazale isn't even in Congress, and she's already doing this stuff in Chicago.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of other ones who do this too. That's what Congress people are supposed to do. Most of them don't do this.
So
but
part of the reason why they don't is because we've capped the size of Congress. So for those who don't know, a fun history lesson, the size of Congress used to be tied to the population. Like the Senate was always 2 senators per state. That's it. The House, on the other hand, you were supposed to get so many people per so many representatives per so many thousands of people. They capped it so that the amount of people represented by one state rep to the U.S. House grew. So if it was 10,000, then it was 30,000 and so on and so forth. They capped that. And now, as the American population has exploded over the last several decades, there's more and more people for the same number of representatives to represent. This is and this was just a law passed. This isn't like a congressional amendment or a constitutional amendment or anything. They could change this with statute. You'd have to do a lot of renovating, but I hear they're building a ballroom that could be used for this instead. So I don't know.
Yeah. And that law was passed to blunt the power of the Democrats, basically. Because Democratic policies, when they are not identified as Democratic policies, when they're just explained to people, are extremely popular. So this is what, by the way, why we have gerrymandering.
Yep.
Because they keep carving up the same pie into smaller and smaller pieces, rather than just removing the cap on representation. Also, they would have to expand the room in Congress where they all vote.
Yeah.
Well, so you made a mistake there. You made an error. That's not a ballroom. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's not a ballroom.
Oh, no. Saying this is going to be a ballroom, a big room where they can hold a lot of parties here for the president at the White House. But the more I look at it, the more I see a temple. It looks very temple-like to me. And this president does know people who built temples before. But what are these temples being built to? Perhaps it's to the ancient god Baal? The child-sacrificing demon lord of ancient Carthage? Baal was famously a storm god, one that populations would sacrifice their children to so they could make sure that the winds would be favorable as they blew their ships into war on places like Rome. A storm god. And I know what some of you are immediately saying, but President Trump is a Christian. Here's images of him holding a Bible upside down in front of a burned out church. No, the more and more I look at this, the more and more I see more of the signs.
It is a joke, Morgan. It is just say
okay. I'm just like my poll radar is going wild on this, but it's still.
I didn't know at first, and then he's about to give it away. I think
he's okay because my cringe is like
this is sinister. I mean, you can see it in the numerology. Trump himself said this building will accommodate 999 people. 999 people. 999. It's right in front of you. Golden statues of himself are sprouting up all across the Capitol. This isn't a ballroom. This is a Baal room.
He's actually. I don't remember what show he's on. He does some show with somebody else that I haven't seen, but anyway.
So I want to. I know this guy's probably joking, but unironically, that is exactly the kind of argument not us, but somebody should be making unironically to MAGA voters.
Yeah.
And if they want to shave them off of supporting Donald Trump.
Just
because
out-crank them.
Yeah, that ties directly into their actual religious beliefs that are actually motivating them, and not.
Yeah.
They're not going to fall for they're not going to listen to you if you are a socialist. They're not going to listen to you if you're an atheist. They're not going to listen to you if you are like a Muslim or whatever.
If they get hungry enough, they might.
Maybe if they're hungry enough. But and I'm not saying the project of shaving MAGA voters off and bringing them into the Democratic Party is a valid one. But if you are someone who thinks that is a valid project, that is exactly the argument you need to make.
Can I share a screenshot of some 3 videos that just were up right next to each other on YouTube earlier, and I just wanted to kind of take a look at this. What does this mean? So first we got from MSNBC: communities rally as Trump admin demands states return already distributed SNAP funds. 2 hours ago. 1 day ago from Reuters: Trump says lawmakers should give healthcare money directly to the people. And then from some local station, WTOL 11, are Americans getting $2,000 tariff checks?
Nope.
And you're just like, what is this, man? Is this like, this what happens? I don't know. I don't know what makes
corporate media headline writing. Yeah, correct.
Okay. Yeah.
That's this goes back to that, like, well, the middle one is sort of the odd one out.
Yeah, because it's
but because Trump did say that he did post a not tweet on whatever not Twitter is called that he owns his not.
Is he
Twitter,
actually saying he wants the money that's been distributed for SNAP back?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's insane. Like, actually insane.
Yeah. As far as the that was the FDA put that out. I think they're the ones who administer SNAP. They put out a memo last night that the states that did pay out had to take the money back from SNAP recipients, because some blue states have their own emergency funds.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. The correct answer, if you're a state government right now and you did the right thing and you used your emergency funds to cover SNAP when the government wouldn't use their emergency funds that were specifically earmarked
You go
for
states'
that.
rights, motherfucker. You know.
You go shut up, make me.
Yep.
The middle one, Trump did actually post I think it's called a truth, to his website, saying that instead of the ACA paying insurance companies, that the ACA should just pay Americans to buy insurance. And it's just like, one, because he calls the insurance companies. I'll find it. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves. I want to pull this up because it's actually interesting. Sure. So you talk amongst yourselves, children.
What the interesting thing here is just like does he do that on purpose? Are these different narratives out here just because like it's good for them to have these different disparate narratives about money from the government or what like he's asked it's so fucking infuriating that this is the way things are. I'm sorry. I don't know what to make of it, except you guys already said it. So
well, I suspect the one that says are Americans getting a tariff check is probably debunking the claim that we're getting a tariff check.
Probably, but you needed to headline that better.
Yeah, and I note that the one on the left, communities rallying as Trump administration demands SNAP funds returned, was posted at 24 hours after the one where in the middle. So they're responding to things that he says and does in real time, I guess.
Yeah, and he says just crazy shit, contradictory shit all the time.
Yeah. But it is really, really. I'm surprised at how craven they're being about the SNAP thing.
It's really.
I didn't think they would go this far this soon.
They must really think that their messaging is working, because otherwise they're really, this is kind of a risky move for them to just they have a lot of people that are not getting food right now that are supporters of theirs.
I mean, Trump actually came out and said that affordability is a scam.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. So immediately after the Zoran Mamdani win, some interesting things started happening over in conservative spheres where they were like, there was Sean Hannity. I saw a clip of Sean Hannity saying, we need to have people on here talking about the economy more. And it's just like, okay, maybe you're right about that, buddy, but like you're probably not thinking about the economy the way that you should be. You're like, they want to talk about the stock market, and it's like, yeah, man, that's not what we need to talk about. That's not like, what are you doing? But that's how they tend to talk about it. And then Trump himself, just was like, I don't want to hear about affordability anymore. This fucking guy,
it was a
man.
Scam, yeah. Affordability is
Is a scam. This is the same guy that said earlier in the regime when he said that in those innocent times, he said, this word that groceries. A lot of people have been saying this word groceries. It's an old-fashioned word. I haven't heard. It's like you can tell what he's doing. The reason he's not familiar with the word groceries is because he's never had to fucking shop for his own groceries.
Right.
He doesn't think about it. It's not something that he fucking even. So when somebody's like, "Oh, people are worried, sir, about the price of groceries." Oh, groceries, huh? That's weird thing to worry about. Like
he keeps saying, he keeps saying you have to show ID when you go to the grocery store.
You do not
as well. Like, what the fuck is So that just drives home your point. He
has no idea what grocery shopping is about. Yeah. So here is I'm gonna pull this up on stage quick. Do I have to remove the other one first?
I got to get that there. Sorry.
All right, there we go. Hi. So this is from Truth. Donald Trump's Truth. So I will read it out loud for the class. I am recommending to Senate Republicans that the hundreds of billions of dollars currently being sent to money-sucking insurance companies in order to save the bad health care provided by Obamacare, all caps, be sent directly to the people so that they can purchase their own much better health care and have money left over. In other words, take from the big bad insurance companies, give it to the people, and terminate per dollar spent the worst healthcare anywhere in the world. Obamacare.
Wait, what?
He does not understand how health insurance works.
No, that's not how it works at all.
Now, what you could do, I mean, Mr. Trump, if you're listening, and I'm sure you are, you're halfway there. I have a better one for you. Let me bring it in, Mr. Trump. What you could do is you could take the hundreds of billions of dollars that the government is giving to insurance companies. You could take that money and you could just pay the hospitals directly. And because you're not paying a middle person, an insurance company, and possibly an insurance broker, and paying for a website to be maintained, and paying for negotiators to negotiate with those insurance companies on rates, you would save huge amounts of money by just paying the hospitals to provide health care to everyone.
And let me add on to that.
I really think you should do that, and you can call it whatever the fuck you want. Call it Trump care. I don't care. Do it, man. Just do it.
And let me add on to that. After you do that, because that's tax money, you could issue every person in the United States a card.
Yeah.
That they could use to go to any doctor they want at any time they want and swipe their card and get the health care that they need with no extra hassle.
Yeah.
Call it single payer healthcare if you want to. I don't care what you call it.
Big beautiful healthcare.
The big beautiful health bill, sure. And it covers vision, it covers dental, it covers mental health. You just have one card. You go to the doctor you're comfortable with. There's no in-network, out-of-network, any of that shit. And hey, you have just destroyed Obamacare.
You've destroyed Obamacare. Yeah, you've done it, man. Don't throw me into that briar patch, Mr.
Also, sir, looking great. You're looking great.
Whoa! What did we say about trigger warnings, Dane? Oh, God.
Well, you were talking to him, so I wanted him represented on screen. So
okay, thank you. Know what? Fair. That's on me.
These are my favorite photos of the guy right here. Like,
I don't have favorite Trump photos. That's weird.
Well, I mean, the favorite in the sense that it conveys who he really is. This one, because he's like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know anything. I don't know why I'm here.
Have you seen the clip of him? Of someone fainted during a presser, and
I saw some picture where he looked kind of like this.
A little bit, yeah. He's standing there, but in the actual clip, RFK runs the fuck out of the room because someone faints. Because whenever they give a pressure, those people in the background, right? Someone faints. RFK runs out of the room, and Dr. Oz goes to do doctor things. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's really interesting because the photo you've seen of Trump just standing there looking at the camera while the people are helping him,
yeah,
is later in that sequence of events. When the guy fainted, Trump, I'm going to defend our boy here for a minute. Trump did get out of his desk and lean forward to say, is he okay?
Yeah.
And Dr. Oz, who was giving the presentation, or he was the one speaking to the press at the moment, noticed the guy first.
Yeah.
And walked over to him, was like, "Are you okay?" And then the guy faints. RFK just
oh my God, he runs out.
So there's two layers. There's a bit of nuance here, okay? Because the advice from healthcare professionals is, in an emergency, if you don't have any applicable skills, stay out of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So that, in one sense, that's what RFK should have done. But the other one is that everyone else there, they didn't interfere with Dr. Oz,
right?
Because he's the doctor, but they hung around to make sure the guy was okay. And RFK fled the room.
Fled. This is your brain on the miasma theory of disease, by the way, because RFK does believe in the miasma theory of disease.
Yeah.
What's the miasma theory of disease again?
It is that diseases are caused by miasma, which is invisible gases in the air. That's the source of all disease. Is this miasma?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Now, to be fair to RFK,
no,
do we have?
He does come from a family where, when people fall to the ground in political, it's not a good sign for the Kennedys.
True.
This is true. That just has Kennedy and survival instincts kicking in.
Yeah, they kind of just like they come in. It happens in flocks in that family. It seems like.
Yeah.
We cannot discount the influence of generational trauma on RFK here.
That's true. That's fair.
I believe.
But yes, Mark. To answer your question, bro does not believe in germs. That's correct. He believes in miasma.
Got a couple of things here. To kind of look at. Because I accidentally canceled off of the window that had the Cool Girls for Capitalism. The main thing that I'll clip it or something, but like the main thing was that there's a guy and he's kind of outside the event, and you're not sure whether he's with the event or not. At first, he's got his cell phone. He's like, I'm here at the Cool Girls for Capitalism. We're all dressed up. Everybody's dressed up as people who are fundamentally misunderstanding the moment in America right now. It's just like, fuck yes. That's
what a legend.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Not the ballroom. We've already done the ballroom.
Correct. He didn't bathe in sewer water because sewer water doesn't have germs in it, because germs aren't real. So how could you get sick from sewer water if you don't believe in germs in sewer water?
This logic is pretty sound. I think. I feel like that's science, right?
Yeah.
Jay, your profile pic is perfect for this quote.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if RFK Jr. also believes, as many other people on the right believe, that illness is a moral failing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it only happens to bad people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a big part of why it's so hard to get rational healthcare policy, or for that matter, rational wealth, like food assistance policy done right now, because the Republican Party is full of people who believe that poverty and illness are divine punishments for immoral behavior.
Oof. Yikes. Well, so what's going on with Jordan Peterson then? What's the reason there?
Oh, that's witchcraft. Somebody put a spell on him.
Now, what you don't know is the reason that, it's not witchcraft, it's spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And that's because, as we all know, as the Sith apprentice, Michaela Peterson is slowly killing her father with the dark side of the Force so that she can become the master, as the rule of two teaches us.
I'll buy that.
Well, yeah, I mean, have you not seen the picture of Jordan Peterson in the hospital? What he looks like these days?
I have not seen that. No. What's?
All right, let me pull one up quick. I got one.
Oh no!
Just a second.
Content warning.
Content warning for Dr. Jordan Peterson. Let me.
Well, in the meantime.
All right.
Here's this.
Because of all of the freeloaders in America. What? Walmart and McDonald's. They're some of the top employers of people receiving benefits from federal programs like Medicaid and food stamps. But how are they freeloading if they're working at McDonald's and Walmart? I'm not talking about the workers. I'm talking about McDonald's and Walmart. Those are for people without enough work. No, 12 million adult wage earners are on Medicaid and 9 million adult wage earners are on food stamps. But they work part-time. No. 70% of those are full-time. So McDonald's and Walmart have full-time workers that depend on public programs to live. In just the 9 states that they surveyed, Walmart had 14,500 workers on food stamps and McDonald's had 8,780. So the government's subsidizing McDonald's and Walmart? Yeah, what's Walmart's profits? $12 billion last year alone, and many Americans pay a higher tax rate than them. Really? Oh yeah, the tax breaks were permanent, but only for the corporations. Wait, what? They did that because they're looking out for the little guy.
All right. Fun fact, Walmart in their like employee onboarding stuff used to have, and it might still have, information as to how to apply for government benefits.
Oh yeah.
So here's a picture of Jordan Peterson in the hospital when he was confronted to see if he wanted to update his vaccinations.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Well, yikes. That was that's good. I mean, somebody else.
Thank you for the content warning. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's very triggering.
Yeah. All right, I'll pull that off now. We're
anyway, that content creator was Jessica Burbank, and I highly recommend her. She's great. She does a lot of great sketches like that.
Cool. Got Kat Abu's got a video here about
a lot of great videos.
Yeah, I mean too many to too many to look at. I am kind of we'll talk about off stream, but thinking about what I'm going to do with content once I get back from making my album.
Cool. So this is also true. Sketchy points out that as a former Walmart worker, they also limit payroll funds to keep people from working overtime.
Absolutely.
That is a lot of retail is lousy with that.
Essentially, it's you are lucky. Like if you find any retail or restaurant that is not doing that, you should fucking be pretty thankful that you found that job.
Yeah. A lot of them, a lot of Walmarts do that to prevent you from working full time, not just overtime.
Not just overtime, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
full time. They're legally required to give you a lunch break.
Yep, and insurance might kick in at that point. Who can't have that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus fucking Christ, these people, these oligarchs, man. These people. I mean, like it's like this kind of logic.
Homeless. Just buy a house.
If you're blind, just see. If you have anxiety, just calm down. If you have a heart attack, just defend it. If the operation has 50% of such, just do it twice. If you're choking, just breathe.
I don't know that guy's name or anything. I just came across that and it made me laugh. So.
That's amazing.
I can't feel like that original video. She couldn't be sincere. That had to have been a joke. Like she was being ironic. I fucking hope, man. But these days,
for the Star Wars fans in the audience, notice something that I posted a picture of Darth Sion. So one of the first times someone sent me something about Jordan Peterson, I was playing Knights of the Old Republic 2, and I'm just like, wait, shit. ever since then, whenever I need a Jordan Peterson picture, I just pull up a picture of Darth Sion because they're kind of the same thing. They also really hate women. Really, really hate women.
Yeah, that's true. I'm seeing here, it's not confirmed, but I'm seeing here that it seems to be the case. Kanye may have apologized to rabbis for his anti-Semitism.
Oh no!
So we'll get you up to date on the Kanye thing next week.
Kanye. Does he go by Kanye still, or isn't he Ye now?
I
want to
don't
name
care.
Kanye.
I literally don't care. I will call him Kanye. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
I should care, but I just don't.
I'll just call him Yadolf.
Yadolf, there you go. Yeah, we can give him a nickname. That's fine.
I did want to say too that this is, Dane's random music aside moment here, but not about my music. About Soundgarden, one of the greatest bands of all time, with probably the greatest vocalist of all time, who's no longer with us, but they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yesterday, which is pretty awesome, and
that's pretty cool.
Makes me feel old, but
you are.
I am. It's true. It's classic rock.
Being old is fine. We're all gonna get there anyways, right? Like,
I think the thing to take from a lot of what's going on with MAGA, to get back to that, is that we're seeing the kind of the power plays start to happen. That's people are positioning to what's going to happen post Trump. So this basically everybody, maybe even Trump himself, sees that Trump is on the way out. Who knows? But
yeah, I mean, Trump is not getting any healthier.
He probably thinks he's doing great. You know what I mean?
Bold moves. I don't know how much he's thinking right now. That's just the Adderall talking.
Yeah. He has said out loud in public that they tell me I don't have very long left.
He says he's going to hell too. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, so he's thinking about it, and it's like, well, look, at least he's not wrong there, probably. Except no such luck. There's no hell. He's not going to get it. Damn. But look, Charlie Kirk is in hell, looking up at JD Vance, you're getting cucked by JD Vance. So
I've got it. I figured it out. I figured out reality. Bring it in, guys.
Okay.
So like the theory that reality is a simulation being run by a computer or by aliens or something, and we're all programs in it. We are all programs in it, but it is Charlie Kirk's hell. That all of reality exists for this moment.
Yeah.
For him to die and suffer watching what's happening. And once he's double killed by the aliens that created the simulation, then reality can finally end. And we can return to sweet oblivion.
Yeah, so you remember how our I think we agreed our favorite episode title was Doomsday's Gone By.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. I was like, what if they didn't though? What if those really happened? And we don't know.
The end of the world happened several times and we just haven't noticed. Yeah.
There's been like maybe a what you call it Moira McTaggart effect.
Daniel X.
Lives
of Dane.
Since we've pivoted to comics, let's talk about briefly, because I know you want to mention something about it, Bob. Predator Badlands.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Your spoiler-free review.
Yeah.
Spoiler-free review? Okay.
Yeah.
It is a really fun science fiction adventure story that has a lot to say, but never says any of it ham-fistedly. And it's just a damn good time at the movies is what it is. And
I saw that it's actually doing pretty well. It's making good money.
Yeah, so it made more money than they projected so far.
Sweet.
And like the practical effects, it relies a lot on practical effects and practical makeup. And the practical makeup on the Predator, the main character whose name is Deck, is really good, because I've been watching a lot of behind the scenes stuff for it, and it's real. It's a real animatronic face makeup that they enhance slightly digitally, but it enables the actor playing him to do face acting that we humans can read,
right,
while still looking like the Predator. It's really, really well done.
Here's a
And
question from a big Fieldy channel member. Does the movie suffer from the lack of an R rating, which I think is
no, not at all.
question. Not at all.
The reason it was able to get a PG-13 rating is because none of the gore in the movie is red. It's an extremely gory movie. There's a lot of eviscerations, a lot of beheadings.
Oh, is it kind of like
but
the
blood
Alien versus Predator, where everything's just green, and because Predator's blood, right?
Predator's blood is green. The synth's blood is white.
Yep.
And the monsters on the planet have kind of like a gray black blood. So it's just as gory as every other Predator movie you've ever seen, but it's non-human gore. So it got a PG-13 rating.
So I have a counterpoint to your opinion, though. What about the fact that it is Predator for girls?
Well,
Predator is for everyone?
Predator has always been for everyone. Yes.
Oh, okay. But also,
and so this is like, I'll give Heels versus Babyface credit for one thing. He is noticing that one of the themes in this movie is masculinity. It's the relationship between masculinity, community, family, and
I'm going to go ahead and take that credit away from him because he has not watched the movie. I guarantee it.
He has not watched the movie. But Deck has a character arc, just like every other character, and every other movie has a character arc. And it's centered around that theme.
But I want to show off what Chariot had to say in response to this.
Friend of the show, Chariot. Oh!
Yeah.
This is peak dark woke here. Well done, Chariot.
Well done, Chariot.
Well done. Yes, I'd like to report a murder.
Yeah, that's someone's out here murdering, or I guess it's an assassination technically. Anyway.
So to summarize, I would say Predator Badlands is The Mandalorian meets Primal.
What's Primal?
You like Primal is a cart? Oh, you don't know what Primal is? It's a cartoon.
Oh wait, is that the what's his name? Gendy Durdiovsky, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Gendy Tartakovsky's.
That's it.
Yeah,
I've not seen it, but I'm aware of what it is. Yeah.
So if you like The Mandalorian and you like Primal, you will like this movie. Also, if you like Predator,
I don't like The Mandalorian,
then you are wrong.
What if
did
you
not
like
The Mandalorian because it's entirely reliant on nostalgia for other Star Wars things?
You don't like
Go ahead. If you like Lone Wolf and Cub,
okay, all right,
and you like Primal, you'll like this.
Okay, cool, good. All right.
Also, there's a lot of alien lore in the background, in the world building of this movie. There's no xenomorphs in the movie.
And
I
that's
like
the right
that
thing to
though.
do. Like, there's no reason for them to not merge these two universes. They just doesn't need to be like, let's do a versus thing and smash them together.
It's
right?
a big galaxy, and they can be in the same universe and not touch dicks all that often.
You're right. That is a good point, Jay, because sorry, just to touch on the wrong phrase there, but
should I pull this one up?
Address the as thing again. That he must have liked it because he's clearly a moron. Anyway,
he really is.
Yep.
For as long as he wants to go by he, if he wants to change that, I will happily use whatever pronoun as would like to refer to as a moron.
There was also the moment a long time ago. I remember that he had. I don't know what they were watching or what it was, but there was some woman showed up on screen and she had nice boobs, and he was like, "Oh, look at the boobs!" And he was all hot for her boobs and stuff. And then, like later on, he found out she was trans.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was the episode of She-Hulk. Where She-Hulk goes to the wedding. And
there's
the woman who played the bride, in that was trans, and he didn't know that. He just thought she had a nice rack, which she did.
She did. Yeah, she scientifically had a nice rack.
And that, like, imagine, I mean, that if for any reasonable person, that should have like caused them to go, wait a second, I spent days thinking that was a hot rack, and then I found out they're trans as a trans woman, and nothing changes. Nothing changes. It's still a hot rack. You know what I mean? Like that. But no, he had to performatively do the whole thing.
Well, yeah, because it's all performance. We know how many of these guys are chasers who are in trans sex workers DMs and subscribers to their OnlyFans and Pornhubs and stuff.
So I got a video here that I have not watched. I just saw it listed and was like, that sounds interesting. And I want to just do I actually have a thing to drop for this, so we'll do that. Here we go.
The song that goes, quote, not a woman but a whore, I can taste the hate. Well, now I'm killing you, watch your face turning blue, unquote, by a group that has sold 2 million copies of that particular album. They're very popular with young kids.
Scrupulous in that campaign. On the one hand, claiming I can't talk about the war, and on the other hand, through Anna Chennault, sending signals to the South Vietnamese, don't compromise, don't agree to anything, you know, wait till I get in there. I mean, he was basically playing footsie with, you know, manipulating American foreign policy even before he was president.
Talking about Nixon.
Yep.
So you're asking me to crawl inside the mind of the Nixon supporter. I'm unable to. I found the man, to me, incarnated the figure of the American jerk. The guy who's, you know, always clumsy, who's you know, sweats inappropriately, who knocks over his saucer when he goes to pick up the coffee, who has no redeeming virtue save a kind of stamina, you know, an ability to last. In the Navy, they call him hard bottom because he'd play cards after everybody had left. And, you know, that seemed to be his one virtue. He persisted like a bad cold. And the jerk is a numerous species. I mean, anybody in high school remembers him. I mean, all of us at some time were him. And I think Nixon spoke to the jerk, and he said, that's all right. That's all right. You can be awkward and ungainly and uncouth and unscrupulous, just like me. And you can be full of hatred and unarticulated bitterness, just like me. And you don't have to feel guilty about anything, because I don't feel guilty about anything. And he sort of sent a message to jerks all over the country that, you know, their hour had arrived. Enough of this idealism, enough of this Kennedy, you know, uplift. We're going to have our day.
So I'm trying to figure out what this guy's name is. But man, this is some old school epic burning he's doing right here.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny that I can't tell if he's, I mean, aside from the obvious age of the video, I can't tell if he's referring to Nixon or Trump.
Right. Yeah, he's exactly. That's what I like. I was not expecting.
The Vietnam context was like, oh, okay, so this is about, you know.
I figured there would be something to glean from it. I didn't think that you could literally just apply it to now, except like Trump is obviously like the amplified 1,000-fold almost.
And Trump never was in the Navy, right? Like he's good at bone spurs.
Yep. Still trying to find where I watched that one. I don't even remember what day it was. Man, because it was like the video is titled President Nixon appealed to the jerk, I think, something like that. And I was like, oh, that sounds like here we go. Jack Beatty.
Nice.
Jack Beatty
sort of goes back to. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is a veteran political commentator, journalist, author, senior editor at The Atlantic, and one of the hosts on NPR On Point. This is a Beta SP video interview with him.
Beta.
This
Beta
is
mail,
from
my mouth mail.
So yeah, President Nixon appealed to the jerks. He says, I was amazed when I found this clip, just how relevant it was to what he's talking about is today. President Nixon in his final days. Jack Beatty is started off as a journalism career, book reviewer at Newsweek, and later became literary editor at the New Republic. 1983, he joined the Atlantic Monthly as senior editor, became widely known for his role as a news analyst on NPR's program On Point, produced by WBUR in Boston, where he thought his thoughtful, liberal-leaning analysis earned him recognition. He's written several books. Cool. Sounds like a good guy. Decent dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of context, like, of course, that's who, you know, you think about Nixon, and in our minds, generally, he's just as much of a historical. He's a president. He was president. Yeah, he fucked up, and he's, you know, had some bad views on things. But like, no, there's always a candidate, or not always, but every once in a while, I guess, there's a candidate for the the assholes, for the fucking, you know, people who they're antisocial, they don't want to even try to do any better, or they don't, you know, or whatever the deal is. Just like the I hate to write anybody off, but like some people, you know,
just think that Trump got his start being the candidate who said it's okay to publicly do racism against Barack Obama, and then grew from there.
Yeah,
and
there's
what
always a
is
certain
racism
percentage of-
if not being a jerk?
and he's the stamina that he's talking about too, because like think about, you know, with Nixon in particular, he was the first debate that the first campaign he lost to JFK, right? And he's like sweating up there in the debate, and it was just like looked really bad for him, and like, but no, he had that fucking jerk stamina, and so he's like kept trying.
Came back 12 years later, and
then Trump, you know, now you got some real fucking stamina, man. You getting impeached twice, you know, charged with how many fucking felonies, and convicted of how many, and no, I'm president again.
Some. And none of them were none of those cases that ended because he was elected president were dismissed with prejudice. So if they're not past statute of limitations, those can just be cracked back open like a fresh, you know, soda can.
Yeah. There's a certain percentage of the country, I guess of human society in general, that is always going to be an asshole.
Yeah.
And the job of a good society is to limit such people's ability to inflict harm on others.
Or to encourage assholes to be better assholes, right? Like you could be an asshole and not a bigot.
I mean, that is true. There are situations where you need an asshole on your team.
Yeah.
Or I guess asshole energy would be better. Like you need somebody on your team who just does not give a fuck about anybody's feelings.
I think kind of what like the fundamental crossroads we're at with society is we're to a point where we need to start making less assholes. We need to actively, consciously, you know, make people more social, more sociable, more able to exist in an interconnected society, and because that's just the way it's going. And these are the people that refuse to do that, essentially. Anyway,
pretty much.
What else we got? Anything? Bob's got a video out, came out 4 days ago.
Oh yeah.
What? I have a video. What?
Did you put out a video 4 days ago?
I released a couple videos last week.
Yeah.
Nice. I think I only saw one.
Neither of them did very well in the algorithm, but you know, whatever.
They did almost identically. So
yeah. But I'm just gonna keep plowing on because it's just my hobby. My channel's not monetized or anything like that. But I appreciate all likes.
You got some stamina. You got that jerk stamina, Bob. No.
Yeah.
Bob's not a jerk.
No, he's not.
I can be, but I do appreciate all the likes, shares, subscribes, etc. that people bring to my channel, but it's not monetized. It's just my hobby. I don't have a regular production schedule or anything like that. I can tease what my next new mythology video is going to be, although I don't know when I'm going to release it for sure. Probably in about a month. It's going to be Star Wars focused, and it will examine. Right now, the goal is to examine the process of how something becomes myth and not just a story.
Oh,
because I would argue that Star Wars is now a body of myth, not just a collection of stories.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
so it's going to be called Star Wars is True.
Whoa. I mean, in
That's the working
infinite
title.
multiverse, then it technically you kind of just have to assume that it is.
Well,
You know?
yeah. Well, I
certain point of
argue
view.
one of the things that makes a story a myth is that, or a myth is a story or a set of stories that is true without being factual.
Oh.
Which is to say, it conveys truths about reality or the human condition or whatever, it's culturally contextual, but it carries something that transcends the medium and the particular historical moment from which it arose and is carried across generations. So that's the difference.
I got to get going here in a minute, but I do have a couple of videos that I've been editing here and there.
Let's go.
This week. Surprise uploads for once. Here I got thumbnails. I'm going to show them off here. Give you a little taste of what's come. Of course, these are clips from the stream, but still, there's this one. Good times. And then Bob, you might remember this moment, this stream from special couple of people's birthdays anyway.
Nice.
Mr. Grizzy. And I've actually managed to make
Eric DeBunks did a video on Mr. Grizzy too.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what made me like, oh, you know what? I should clip that and do that. And that's what started me like getting frustrated about the echoing. And then I mentioned something to Jen, and then she found the thing, and then you know the rest. But point being, this guy sucks. And I forgot that when we were watching this, I actually said, I've smoked weed with this guy a bunch of times when I was younger. Not this guy literally, but like this guy, spiritually. And he sucks every time. He's just not. He's somebody you don't want to really hang out with.
I love that you put that collage of men in their cars with their sunglasses on, complaining about things.
MAGA starter kit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Mr. Grizzy guy he sucks. He's like not even good at making the kind of content that he makes.
It's really bad. He's like, just taking. So you remember what he was saying? The kind of fucking bullshit he was trying to put out there that we had to answer to. That, people didn't really bully Jake Lloyd and Ahmed Best. He's basically just saying that you don't have to worry about these kids on Skeleton Crew being bullied. That's stupid. Nobody bullied them.
Oh, please stop, dude.
Downplaying
this is a guy
very well documented bullying that has happened to several fucking actors of Star Wars.
Right. This is a guy whose entire content model, his entire grift, is built on brigading fan channels who like things. Who's like
I think every single video is just that. Yeah.
Jeebus, I've checked out some of his live streams on Rumble too, and it's even worse there.
But because Rumble is somehow worse than YouTube. I mean, that's the purpose of Rumble, is to be worse than YouTube.
Yeah. What him and his crew do on their live streams is find videos by fan reaction channels that aren't like big multi-million subscriber.
Right.
He goes after them too, like the big names. But mostly what they do is find people who are making videos in their bedroom or their basement or whatever, where they keep all their fan stuff and are reacting to Disney content for the first time. And then if they like it, this guy brigades their comment sections and puts them on blast on his live streams and just berates people for liking things.
So stupid.
Yeah. How dare you?
He thinks anyone who genuinely likes something is lying. And he especially likes mocking people who don't hide their emotional reaction to the content they're reacting to. So if like a scene makes them cry, he's like, look at the crocodile tears. What a stupid bitch. That kind of stuff.
Because it makes him uncomfortable, because he has no idea how to control his own emotions or how to be in touch with them or anything. People like that are so fucking, they're cringy. That's why I call him Mr. Cringy. Check this out. Crazy. Wasn't expecting it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rare Aspen Gold W?
His trans child's pronouns or all trans children's pronouns?
Hey, look, we take the wins we can get them,
Yeah, it's a start.
I mean, the fact, because the implication of that is that he would actually, that seems like a small thing, but obviously it's not. It's like, I actually would support you being in your identity. And
the amount of people I have known who were transphobic to varying levels, who had a child come out as trans and then flipped that around and became better people for it, is more than you would think. It doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't. It should happen every time.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it happens more than most people are aware of, and that's a good thing. And so, yeah, rare Asmongold W. I'm going to give that one to him.
And then I got this one last thing that I just found on this actual topic, somewhat that is going to be a cool thing to go out on, I think. And then yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday on the Shillcast. I think we've already got our top story, which doesn't usually happen so early in the week. But the top story this week on the Shillcast seems to be, unless something else comes along, that Predator Badlands is doing pretty well, and people like it, and chuds are grifting. So there you go.
One cool thing about this is that Dan Trachtenberg did say before the movie came out that if the movie did well, the studio had already greenlit plans for what he would do next.
Ooh, that's spicy.
And that was in the context of a question about, hey, why did you, after the release of or after the announcement that this movie was coming out, why did you expand the post-credit scene in Killer of Killers to include Dutch and Harrigan in the cryo chamber next to Naru? And he was like, well, all I'll say is that if the Badlands does well, the studio has greenlit plans for more Predator content.
Ooh, let's go.
And they have apparently secured contracts with Danny Glover and Schwarzenegger to be involved in that project in some way.
Oh shit. I remember back when Prey came out, and he was basically talking about how, or maybe it was actually the producer that was talking about how exciting the stuff that he was seeing from Trachtenberg was about Predator. Basically, he was getting really hyped about the franchise, and I was like, oh man. And then Prey came out, and I was like, if this stuff keeps being this good, we're in for some good times. So
yeah, Disney. I mean, I'll just say it. The best thing that ever happened, maybe not ever, but the best thing that has happened to both the Alien and Predator franchises recently is Disney buying up Fox and 20th Century Studios
and turning the Alien Queen into a Disney princess.
Well, sure, but
yeah,
I mean, look at the breath of fresh air that Alien Earth was, and what Dan Trachtenberg is doing with the Predator franchise.
You don't got to sell me on it, brother. I'm right there with you.
It's good shit, man.
Good shit. And then hopefully, I think this might be good shit too. Well, let's see. And on that, after we watch this, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta go get my kid ready for school for the week. And you guys are great. Please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the Force Diversity podcast channel. It's linked below. Subscribe to Bob the Old Ways channel. Subscribe to all them channels down in the thing. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, please. That actually really great helps us out. Helps people know that this is a thing that they should watch. That's how you communicate with the YouTubes. And here's this.
So this whole thing is going back and forth with Riley Gaines and AOC or whatever, and a lot of people are chiming in. One is podcaster Jennifer Welch, who very much did not hold back.
When I look at people, if I were to say who's more Christ-like, I would pick AOC and the atheist Jew Bernie Sanders and the Muslim Zoran Mamdani. A million times over you, Riley Gaines, because Riley Gaines, all you do is hate on people. You are wound up like a cheap clock over trans people. You show them no grace, no compassion. You defend billionaires. You cheer and celebrate when children are zip tied. And then you have the audacity to get on television and try to lecture people who fight for the people that are suffering, that stand and put their arms around people that need sanctuary. And you try to act like you're better than they are. You're an insufferable twat. Nobody likes you. And no matter what, you will always have been the dumb bitch that tied for 5th place. And the only place that you could get a job is at bottom feeder Fox News. You insufferable twat. Nobody likes you.
Ouch, man. That is Jennifer Welch is a podcaster. I had seen her pop up a few times. I wasn't really familiar with her work. It's no slight on her. I can't follow all of you.
Those ladies are from the I've Had It podcast.
That's a good first.
Oh yeah.
It's it's definitely. I mean, they surprised me with their energy as that just did.
Yeah.
You know, because you start watching it and it's like, oh, this is going to be kind of like lib shit, isn't it? And it's really not.
I would like to point out, unrelated, whatever settings you have right now, we are not echoing, and the video is still audible.
Right. That is because there's a different feature, different setting I'm using. So this is a video that I have uploaded into StreamYard. The thing that echoes is when I share my screen.
Share the screen, yeah.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what
So
StreamYard is trying to trick you into doing.
We found out on Friday, Dane, that when you upload something to StreamYard, it's not actually on StreamYard. It's cached locally.
Right. Yes. Because everything goes away whenever I leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's annoying.
That's how it is.
Anyway, yes, I agree. The I've had it ladies are really growing on me.
Yeah.
I love that a lot of Democratic, or not a lot, but the few Democratic politicians who had your reaction but thought that was a good thing have just gotten eviscerated by them when they go on there. Like Cory Booker and Rahm Emanuel went on their podcast because they were like, oh, look, 2 liberal wine moms. They're going to be a softball interview.
People sleep on liberal wine moms. They don't understand those. They are believers.
2020, back when that summer going on here in Portland, there was the moms came out and it was pretty bad. Speaking of moms and liberty, let's see as we leave the show here. Let's find out from Eric Debunks, who you subscribe to, what's up with Moms for Liberty, maybe.
What sex fest have they endorsed this time?
Oh no, we'll find out.
That's a harbinger.
Yeah, see y'all later. Have a good night, good week. Take care.
Adios.
In case you needed something to brighten your day, the absolute awful group Moms for Liberty, their candidates lost 31 of the 31 contested races nationwide on November 4th of this year. So no Moms for Liberty candidate won a single contested seat anywhere in the United States. Woke is back. Woke is back on the menu. Matter of fact, it might be the main course. Everybody who thought, quote unquote, woke is dead, y'all were wrong. Woke is back. It's stronger than ever. All the victories we saw this past week just go to prove that woke is back on the fucking menu.